Hey guys, this week we're going to be talking about travel packs. We're actually going to be doing a comparison of two bags that I've talked about a lot on the channel. So we're going to be taking a look at the Incase EO Travel Backpack and the Nomatic Travel Pack. And so I've already done a few videos for the Nomatic Travel Pack. As I've mentioned many times, this has been one of the coolest, most versatile bags that we've featured on the channel so far. And it's really great in that it works as a travel pack and as a daily carry when you arrive at your destination. And so during the videos that I've done for the Nomatic Travel Pack, I've referenced the Incase EO Backpack a lot. A while back I had tested out the Incase EO Backpack, but I never actually did a video for it. However, it definitely remained as one of the backpacks that I enjoyed using the most. I did do an in-depth review for the Incase VIA Backpack, which is actually a really similar bag to this. I like the EO slightly better, but the pocket layout and a lot of the styling is very similar on the VIA Backpack. And throughout a lot of the videos that I've posted in the past, I've always gotten a lot of questions on the EO Travel Backpack and how it compared to a lot of the bags that we'd looked at, such as the VIA Backpack and the Nomatic Travel Backpack. So I thought it would be kind of a cool idea to just feature the Incase EO Backpack on the channel and just do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison with a lot of the features of the Nomatic Travel Pack. So for the purposes of this video, I won't be going too in-depth into any of the features of the Nomatic Travel Pack, as we've done 2 videos before on it, and I'll definitely link in the description below to where you can see those videos if you want to see a deep dive into the different features that the bag has to offer. And I'll go a little bit more in-depth into some of the features of the EO Backpack, since we haven't had it on the channel before. Overall, as I mentioned, I think they're both great bags. I'm excited to take a look at them with you guys, and so let's just go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at the EO Travel Backpack and the Nomatic Travel Pack. So the first thing I want to talk about is how these bags compare as daily bags. And as you can see, they both compress down pretty small. As we've talked about in the past with the Nomatic Travel Pack, it compresses down to 20 liters. The Incase EO Travel Backpack, I'd say it compresses down to a similar size. Because of the compression straps that it has on the side, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a second, it actually looks like it can compress down a little bit slimmer. But overall, both of these bags compress down really nicely, and I think that you can wear them through your day-to-day without looking ridiculous or like you're wearing a huge travel pack. So that's a really nice feature of both of them. Since we've already gone ahead and done a really in-depth walkthrough of using the Nomatic Travel Pack in daily use, I kind of want to go ahead and do a little bit of a walkthrough on the Incase EO Travel Backpack now and just show kind of how I laid this out for everyday use and how the different pockets work out. And then later on in the video, what I'll go ahead and do is walk through them as travel packs. And so besides how small the two bags can compress down, something else I want to talk about is the weight. And so one of the big complaints about the Nomatic Travel Pack has been just the weight of the bag itself. For use through daily use, I think the bag weighs about 4 pounds. So it's a little bit heavy even when empty. It's got, kind of some really sturdy materials that it's built out of, and it actually has just a lot of padding in different features. So that adds a little bit to the weight. And so I believe that the Incase EO Travel Backpack is a little bit lighter, at least, just based off the material that it's built out of. It kind of has this dyed yarn material. It feels pretty durable. I'd be a little concerned about getting water on it, especially with this light gray color. It seems like it might get a little bit dirty, but I do love the color itself. I think it's, really sleek looking. I think it gives the bag a nice style. And so overall, that's one of the big things that I prefer about the Incase EO Backpack over the Nomatic Travel Pack is just the style. I really love the overall look. I think it looks very professional. I love how much it compresses down with the straps. As I was mentioning, it really helps it look slim and look a lot more reasonable as a day bag. What I want to go ahead and do now is walk through some of the pockets of the Incase EO Travel Backpack and just kind of showcase how I would lay that out for daily use, and then just talk about how it compares to the Nomatic's organization and pockets and things like that. And so before diving into the pockets themselves, just the last few things I'll kind of talk about. As I mentioned, the Incase Travel Backpack has some really nice compression straps on both sides. So it has 2 compression straps on one side that have clips that disattach so that you can open the bag like a suitcase, as we'll see later when we do the travel backpack walkthrough. And I really like when bags have these sort of compression straps, to really help slim the bag down. It is a little bit unfortunate how they stick out a little bit. It kind of messes with the clean exterior of the bag, but I think that's a fair trade-off considering the fact that it allows you to compress the bag down a lot. On the other side of the bag, as I mentioned, the bag has 2 compression straps. These, however, don't completely unclip like the ones on the first side. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I think that these are a little bit less convenient to use. Whenever you want to put something through, you don't really have a lot of flexibility. So they come out pretty far, but it would be nice if they had just included clips all around. I'm not sure what the benefit is of just, leaving these without clips. One thing to note with that is that it doesn't have an external water bottle pocket. That's one of the trade-offs with something like the Nomatic Travel Pack, which actually has 2 external water bottle pocket compartments that have that little magnetization that help them, stick to the bag when you're not using it. So when you're looking at a comparison between the 2 bags, it's important to note that with one of them, you kind of get those 2 pockets to carry your water bottle or your tripod or something like that on the outside, versus with the Incase EO Travel Backpack, you get the compression straps, which helps the bag look a little bit slimmer, but you are sacrificing those pockets. And so as I mentioned in the intro of the video, the Incase EO Travel Backpack is super similar to the Incase Via bag that we did an in-depth review for in the past. It has a lot of the same pocket layout, the same capacity, and so I'm kind of really going to focus on the few differences between the 2 bags. And one of the first is just kind of this pocket on the front. So on the Via backpack, what it actually had was just a little side zipper here, which was a little bit hard to access, as opposed to the Incase backpack, which has kind of a pocket that takes up about half the front of the bag. And so this is a really versatile pocket. I really just like, there's no internal organization or anything in here. It's very simple. This is a great place to just toss in some of the items that you want to carry with you on a day-to-day basis. Currently in here, I just have portable external hard drive and my 5-port USB adapter. And I really like how the inside of this pocket is lined with a bright yellow lining to make it really easy to see what's on the inside of the bag. It's just a really simple pocket, but I like how big it is. Even when the bag is packed out pretty good, it still manages to come out a good amount, so that's really nice. The next pocket we're going to look at is just this kind of front organization compartment, which the Via backpack also had. And I really like kind of how wide this opens up. It's really easy to see everything at once, and this pocket has a ton of space. So it has a really good amount of internal organization, but even if you ignore all the internal organization, it's just a big pocket. It goes down all the way to the bottom of the bag, and it has some really big slip pockets in here. I was just mentioning that there is no water bottle compartment on the outside, but the slip pocket in here is big enough to actually hold the water bottle that I use on my day-to-day. So it has 2 of these big slip pockets, and as you can see, they go down really low. It was very easily able to hold my water bottle, and I even feel like I could maybe put a pair of shoes in these. Like they go pretty deep. Besides the 2 slip pockets that it has there, it also has 2 mesh kind of stretchy zip pockets on the other side, which are actually very versatile and stretchy. So they come out pretty far, and one of them I'm able to fit my Kindle. So that's just to give a good size comparison of what these pockets can hold. They also go down pretty low, and I really just like how big and flexible these are. So, you can really use these for a lot of different items. On the top of the compartment, there's some additional slip pockets for added organization. So in one of these, I just have my field notes, and this would also be a good pocket for a mouse or something like that. And then it has 2 kind of pencil holders. I have a Sharpie here in one of them. And then on the other side, there is another kind of larger slip pocket. So in here, I currently have my BluePot portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. And that fits in there really nicely, but I could have also put my hard drive in here or any other number of kind of bigger accessories. This comes out pretty nicely. So, overall, I really like how versatile this pocket would be for daily use. I think that it offers a nice balance of organization and space. So compared with the Nomatic Travel Pack, which has kind of a similar organizational compartment on the front that opens up pretty wide, I think this one's a little bit better for holding kind of bulkier items. That pocket has a lot of, slip pockets and zipper pockets on the Nomatic Travel Pack. It has a lot of spots for everything individually, but it's kind of a slim pocket. So I wouldn't be able to put something like a water bottle in there or even a pair of, bigger headphones. Whereas in this pocket, I have plenty of space to be a little bit more flexible with what I can put in. So, if you're looking for a pocket on the front that is just kind of quick access and has a lot of organization for smaller items, I think the Nomatic Travel Pack has a bit of an edge. But in this case, for my uses, if I wanted to use some of my organizational pouches, like the Bag Smart pouch or the Power Packer that I showed off in a video a few weeks ago, I think that the Incase EO Backpack's organizational area here on the front would be a little bit more versatile and allow me to pack the way that I want to. And so continuing on with the pockets of the Incase backpack, on the top, there's kind of a quick access compartment here. And you know how much I love these quick access compartments. So this one, as with a lot of Incase's other backpacks, which I really love, has a really nice fleece material. I currently just have my GoPro Hero 3 Plus in here, and that fits really nicely. But I love how soft it is. This is really great for keeping your phone or maybe some sunglasses protected and scratch-free. And I really love how well protected it feels like your item would be in here. The only problem I found with this pocket is that it's kind of small. So you can just barely fit your phone in there or your sunglasses. You kind of have to just pick one item and put it in there. And it's also kind of tough to use this pocket when the rest of the bag is filled out. So if this was stretched out in travel pack mode and I had all my packing cubes and things in it, this would be a little bit difficult to put anything into. So the GoPro still fits fine, but overall some of the volume is tough to use because of just how this pocket goes into the main internal area. So you kind of have to be a little bit strategic with how you pack this if you're filling the bag out completely. But overall, I still think the pocket is great, and I really like the soft fleece lining that it has. The Nomatic Travel Pack has a similar quick access compartment, although they're implemented a little bit differently, so they both have kind of a soft internal fleece lining to prevent scratching. I do like how the Nomatic Travel Pack has a pass-through for a charging cable, whereas this one does not have any sort of pass-through. So if you have a power bank inside of your Nomatic Travel Pack, you can actually pass through the charger, and if you put your phone in that pocket, you can charge it throughout the day as you're walking around, whereas with this one, it's really just a pocket for you to put something into and access quickly. So a little bit less versatile, but they're both well implemented. So moving on to the laptop compartment, this is one of the areas where there was a big difference between the VIA backpack and the Incase EO Travel Backpack. And so on the VIA backpack, the laptop compartment was pretty much just kind of a side opening. So you could access it from the side and just grab it really quickly. But on the EO backpack, it actually lays down flat so that you can theoretically slide it through the TSA security checkpoints without having to take your laptop out. Now, I've heard varying opinions on whether this is actually successful, and a lot of people still have to take their laptops out, so just something to keep in mind. But I did note in my original review for the VIA backpack that I prefer this layout. I really like when the laptop compartment can lay down flat. I think it's really easy to use. I really like the overall compartment for the EO backpack. I think it's really well implemented. It has this nice kind of Velcro to keep the laptop in place. It's padded on the bottom. It doesn't look fully elevated, but it still feels like it has a really good amount of padding on the bottom. The inside of the compartment is lined with that really nice fleece to help prevent any micro scratches on the laptop. It has that nice fleece lining on both sides of the compartment. And I really like just how padded it feels. And it's also pretty wide, so if you have a larger laptop, you'll definitely be able to fit that in here. A 15-inch laptop will easily fit, maybe even a 17-inch laptop. Currently, I just have my 13-inch MacBook Pro in here, and that fits very easily. And so overall, I just really like how well implemented the laptop compartment is on the EO Travel Backpack, and I think it works really well, especially as a travel bag. It's actually really similarly implemented to the laptop compartment on the Nomatic Travel Pack. Some of the advantages that I see in the Nomatic Travel Pack, so I actually think they did a slightly better job implementing the laptop compartment than the EO Backpack. On the Nomatic compartment, the laptop compartment is more elevated to help add additional protection if you were to put the bag on the ground or something like that. So I really think that's an added bonus, and I was sad to see that the compartment on the EO backpack isn't fully elevated. And I also like that the Nomatic Travel Pack added a tablet sleeve in the compartment as well. So it has a nice fleece-lined compartment for a tablet as well as your laptop, whereas the EO backpack only has a laptop compartment, and it has a bit of a sleeve here for like a document or something, but it doesn't really add any sort of extra protection, and I really wish that it would have a dedicated tablet sleeve as well. So next up, I want to talk about the back panels and the straps of the bags. I have to say both of these are super comfortable to wear. I think that that's great to see, especially given that they're supposed to be travel backpacks, so you're likely going to be carrying a good amount of weight on both of them. And they're both, as I mentioned, very comfortable. The straps are really well implemented on both. So just starting out with the EO backpack, I really love just how padded the straps are. They're very wide to prevent them from digging into your back. They have this really nice kind of soft meshy material on the strap to help prevent moisture buildup. They have a nice sternum strap that's also adjustable to help manage that distribution of weight. And then as far as the back panel, it's also super soft and very padded and elevated, which is nice to see. So the meshy material, again here, the same material that's used on the straps would help prevent a lot of moisture buildup. And I really love just how elevated this back panel is. It really feels like a lot of airflow can get in here very easily. The paneling itself is super soft. I have to say this is one of the most comfortable backpacks I've ever worn. I really love just how good it feels while you're wearing it. And so the Nomatic Travel Pack is also a really comfortable bag to wear. It definitely impressed me. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's slightly heavy. Both of them have really great comfortable straps. They're both nice and wide, as you can see here. They're pretty similar in width. I think the EO's straps are a little bit wider, which is nice. I also think that the straps on the EO are softer. They both have kind of this meshy material that's really nice and comfortable, but I do think that the straps on the EO are just slightly softer. The padding seems to extend out just a little bit more, so it feels more pillowy as you're wearing the EO backpack than the Nomatic. The back paneling for the Nomatic is super comfortable. It has this really kind of soft gel-like material, but I do think that moisture would be quicker to build up on the Nomatic Travel Pack as opposed to the EO. One thing that is important to note, however, is that the Nomatic Travel Pack offers the capability to add a waist strap, and it actually includes the waist strap when you buy the bag. So if you're wearing this as a travel backpack with all the weight, or even for daily use if you have some heavier equipment, The Nomatic Travel Pack has a huge advantage in that it has a really comfortable waist strap that's going to help distribute that weight, whereas the EO backpack doesn't have the capability to add a waist strap, so that's a bit of a disadvantage. So if you are carrying a lot of stuff and you really want to make sure that you have as much assistance as you can to manage that weight, I think the Nomatic Travel Pack is going to be a better bet, just because it has those waist straps, and it's really cool that you can remove them and then just use the bag without them. And one more thing on the straps before I forget to add that, the Nomatic Travel Pack has the added benefit that you could actually hide the straps. So if you want to use this in briefcase mode, both bags have handles on the sides so that you can carry them as briefcases if you don't want to wear them. I do think they both look funny to carry as briefcases. I don't actually see this as too much of a feature, but some people might want to carry them that way. And if you do have that desire, then it's really nice that the Nomatic Pack can actually hide the straps. You can tuck them away, and everything will tuck away nicely here on the Nomatic Travel Pack. And then another additional benefit that I forgot to mention of the Nomatic Travel Pack is that it actually has the suitcase pass-through. So if you're using this as a daily bag and you're actually traveling with a carry-on, the Nomatic Travel Pack has this little pass-through here that you can use to rest it on the suitcase, whereas the EO backpack does not have any capability kind of like that. So that's not really a huge deal, but it's just kind of those nice little extra touches that flesh out the feature set of the Nomatic. And so before getting into the bags as travel bags, the last thing I want to talk about is kind of their main compartments. This is an area where I think the Nomatic Travel Pack kind of outshines the EO backpack pretty significantly. So the main compartment for the travel pack is super versatile. It has kind of multiple access points on the zippers, so it's easy to get to the different items that you have in there very quickly. It also has the ability to open flat, and so it has a lot of internal organization on the flap that is very useful if you're just walking around with the bag on a day-to-day basis. And overall, I just feel like the main compartment for the Nomatic Travel Pack is very well thought out to be used as a daily bag, whereas on the Incase, it has, a really nice main compartment, but it's really just meant to be more of a travel backpack compartment. So on the inside, it just has kind of one mesh zippered compartment where you might be able to put some chargers and cables or accessory. And then in the main compartment, you can use the volume, to put folders or, clothes or things like that when the bag is not expanded. So it's still usable, but it's not really meant to be used, in my opinion, as a daily backpack. It's just, compresses down and it gives you the space to do so. Whereas I really feel like with the Nomatic Travel Pack, the main compartment was really designed to work well for both daily and travel use. On top of that, the Nomatic Travel Pack comes with a few additional goodies that might not be as useful to everybody, but again, it's just nice that they're finding ways to add value in case there are some things that you want to use. So the Nomatic Travel Pack also includes a removable sunglass case protector, so it's like a really hard case that we showed off in the videos for the Nomatic Travel Pack that you can, move around on the internal compartments, and it's just a really great way to protect your sunglasses as you're on the go. And the best part is you can remove it if you want to not use it, and it just comes with the bag at no extra cost. It also includes the retractable keychain holder, which is a really nice feature. So you can actually attach your keys there and then pull them out and open your door or something without actually taking the backpack off. But if you don't care so much about kind of those little bells and whistles, then the EO backpack is going to work fine as a daily carry bag. And so one of the biggest benefits of both of these bags is that they're not just good for daily use, but also for traveling. They're both great travel bags. They expand out about 10 additional liters, so I think that both of these are about 30 liters when expanded out. And I think that this is a huge benefit to have a bag that works well for both cases. If you're taking a quick trip, it's just always so much nicer to not have to pack an extra day bag or a suitcase. And so they both expand out very easily. They have kind of a similar mechanism for doing so. They have a zipper that goes all the way around on both. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is expand them both out and then talk about the differences of these bags for using as travel bags. As I mentioned, they both expand out about 10 additional liters. And what I've gone ahead and done in the footage here is actually expanded them both out to their full capacity and filled the EO backpack up with the same items that I've used in all my other travel bag videos. So if you look at the previous video that we did for the Nomatic Pack as a travel bag, you'll notice that it has the same items included. But for this purposes of this video, I'm actually going to focus on walking through the EO backpack as a travel backpack with all of those items included. Before doing the walkthrough itself, I just wanted to kind of do a little side-by-side of the Nomatic and EO backpacks in their expanded states. As you can see, they look very similar as far as their capacity. As I mentioned, the both seem to have about a 30-liter capacity, which is a good amount of space for at least a 3 to 4 day trip. I could usually get a week out of that much space. And so both of the bags open up very easily for packing. They open flat like a suitcase. I really think that's essential for travel bags to be able to allow you to pack easily, is for them to open, either clamshell style or like a suitcase. And so as I mentioned, I'm going to focus a little bit more for the moment on the EO backpack since we haven't walked through that before. The compartment itself is pretty simple, very similar to other travel backpacks that we've looked at in the past. And so it has kind of this separated out mesh area here to keep your clothes separated from the rest of the items that you might carry in this compartment. And so what I currently have in here is a pair of, kind of flat looking Converse shoes, very easy to pack. They fit very easily. And then I also have my larger double-sided packing cube with, all my shirts and pants and kind of the larger clothing items that I carry with me typically. And overall, the compartment itself is pretty simple. It's just a big space that allows you to pack everything the way you want to, so it works really well if you use packing cubes, as I like to do. And so you may notice that in this compartment, I don't have the smaller packing cube that I typically have with me or the dop kit. And when I'm using this bag as a travel pack, I actually put those in the front organizational compartment. And so I'll walk through that in just a second, but I want to first show the other side of the main compartment. Has, just as I mentioned earlier, this smaller zipper here for just, you can use this if you're traveling for, dirty clothes or a laundry bag or something like that. I currently just have some smaller electronic accessories in here. So I actually have a wireless charger that I've been carrying with me now that I finally got a phone that has wireless charging. So I've been really excited to use that whenever I can. And then I also have just a USB-C dongle that I like to carry with me in all of my bags so that I have all the ports that I need. The compartment itself works well. It's definitely made to be more of a travel backpack, in my opinion, this compartment at least. Whereas, as I mentioned, the Nomatic Travel Pack has a very similar looking compartment, but also the front compartment has extra organization and just a little bit more space and volume to use for daily use. And so, as I mentioned, even though they weren't in the main compartment, I am able to still fit the smaller packing cube that I typically carry with me, as well as my dop kit and my tom. So let's just go ahead and walk through this compartment here really quickly. So what I have here at the top is just my air dop kit. And then I also have, as I mentioned, the smaller packing cube with my underwear and socks and t-shirts and things like that. And then I also have a pair of toms in here. So remember in the beginning of the video I mentioned this pocket is huge and I love how much volume it offers. This is why I really like that it gives me the flexibility to not have to stuff everything into that main compartment. I think it really, just helps me divide everything out. I like the ability to use this for a packing cube and some shoes, as well as, just my electronic accessories as I'm going about my day-to-day. So that flexibility is really nice to have. And so as you can see, the EO backpack definitely, holds its own as a travel backpack. As far as how it compares to the Nomatic pack, I think that's a really tight race when you're just comparing them strictly as travel packs. I think they're both great. If you're looking for something a little bit more stylish, I would still lean more towards the EO backpack. Whereas if you're looking for something that's going to offer you a little more flexibility in how you can organize your stuff, or that's going to help you manage the weight a little bit better because of kind of the waist straps that it includes with it, it may be worth looking into the Nomatic Travel Pack. And I'd be happy recommending either one for use as a travel pack and as a daily bag. So really great job by the companies on both bags. So overall, I think that the Incase EO Travel Backpack and the Nomatic Travel Pack are awesome kind of crossover bags. I think they both do a great job of working well as a travel backpack and as a daily bag when you arrive at your destination. They're super comfortable to wear. They have a lot of different organization for the items that you want to carry with you. And I think they both have kind of a nice, more professional looking feel, so that if you want to use these for a business trip, they will both work really well in that respect. As far as picking which one of these I prefer, this is a really tough choice. I mean, personally, as far as style, I think that I would definitely lean towards the EO Travel Backpack. I just really like the look of this bag. As I've done the reviews for the Nomatic Travel Pack, my biggest complaint against it has always been the look. I just, even though it has so many cool features and it's a really great bag, overall, I've never been a big fan of the look. So in that respect, I really think the EO Travel Backpack has a big edge. As far as the rest of the features, it's a really tight race, and I do think that the Nomatic, even though it kind of lacks in the looks department for me, it does bring a lot of other value that helps kind of make it a really tight race between the two bags. And so as far as cost, the Incase EO Travel Backpack you can get for about $120 to $150. I've seen it kind of fluctuate a lot on Amazon, and you can actually get it on Incase's site as well. And if you're patient, I know on Black Friday, Incase typically has kind of a 50% off sale on their site. So if you can snag this for about $90, that would be a really great steal. But even at $120, $130, I think this is a great value. The bag itself is really high quality, it's super versatile, and I just love the style. As we've mentioned in the past, the Nomatic Travel Pack is about $220 on Nomatic's site. But if you use the coupon code that I've included in the description below, you can typically get it for closer to $200, about $190, $195. And so that's a really great deal for this bag, you know, with all the versatility that it has, for the quality, and the fact that it includes a packing cube and the waist strap. So, you know, just a really great deal if you're able to use that coupon code. And so overall, I think both of the bags are really a great deal and a great price. And so based off the price alone, the Incase EO Travel Backpack is a little bit cheaper. But of course, price isn't everything when you're comparing two bags such as these. And I do think that the Nomatic Travel Pack, you know, offers a ton of extra value as far as I mentioned, the waist straps, the packing cube. I think that it also offers just a lot of additional features that the EO backpack is missing. There's a lot of pockets and just extra organization that the Incase EO Travel Backpack does not provide. And as far as the durability and materials and feel, I think that they're both going to hold up well over the long term. To me, it feels more like this tarpaulin material that the Nomatic Travel Pack is made out of is going to hold up a little bit better over the long term. I feel like, you know, if you were caught in rain or anything like that, this is going to hold up a little bit better. Whereas this kind of softer feeling, almost yarn-like material that the EO Travel Backpack uses feels like it might, you know, be a little bit scary to have in the rain. It does feel like it's going to hold up pretty well, but it just feels like it might tear you a little bit easier, or like it might get ruined in the rain more so than the tarpaulin material of the Nomatic Travel Pack. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money and you care a lot about the style of the bag, I definitely think the Incase EO Travel Backpack might be the better option. I think that it's just a little bit sleeker looking. I think it compresses down a little bit smaller as a day bag, so I think it's actually a better bag for daily use. But if you're looking for the bag that is more full-featured, that kind of covers all the things that you might need out of a daily or travel backpack, and that may ultimately last a little bit longer, I definitely recommend taking a look at the Nomatic Travel Pack. And so even though I'm cheating a bit and I'm not giving a definitive answer, I think that's tough to do just because both bags are really great. I've been super impressed, and I'm really excited I got to kind of share this comparison with you guys. So if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give us a like below. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.